You're with the Love, Dr. Pamela Smith. You know how I do it. I help you with relationships, solutions, and strategies to finding love, getting love, and keeping love. So thank you for joining me. So you see the topic. It's about love, sex, money. When it relates to money, we're talking about what's your question, what you have discussed. And we're going to recap what happens within situations or what it's about to be with someone on the basis of money. Is it love and money? Is it sex and money? This is what the conversation is about. So if you know anyone that is needing help in the area of relationships, please make sure to share the show tonight with anyone that may need help. And thank you for your likes, your follows, your hearts. I thank you for joining the Love Dr. Pamela Smith show. Now, let's recap what I was talking about on love and money. After you get within that relationship. Now, I talked about how money and what's happened afterwards, meaning, you know, are you in a serious relationship? Are you shacking? Or did you get married? That's what happens after. You wait till after you get into a relationship to have a conversation about money. And I talked to you about why when you do that, when what you cause is the relationship to have financial infidelity. You remember I talked about that. Meaning you are not giving information to your significant other about what you're capable of doing. If you're capable of providing, are you in debt? You know, do you use your money to get what you want? You know, what is it that you're doing that causes, could possibly cause problem in that relationship? And if you don't talk about the money aspect when it comes to your relationship, because it could be that you got into that relationship on the basis of sex. You use sex to get that person, okay? And you use money, and you use that money to get the sex. Got it? So you go on into relationships that are not balanced. That's the word I would say. They're not balanced because you're not communicating or giving information that could potentially kill the relationship. And I talked about that when you do that, you're potentially in a situation where you could end that relationship. You could end up in divorce because you were not upfront about your situation. You didn't talk about it. You didn't set financial goals. You didn't make sure that you were capable or providing for a family. So you were missing a lot of things. Now, what I wanted to talk about tonight is what we discussed. You know, sex and money is a pleasure that could leave you feeling empty if you're obsessed with one or the other, right? If you're obsessed with finding money through sex, using it, let's say it that way, or you are desperate about enjoying it, so you use, again, the money for your sex, or you are passionate about what you want from using your money through sex, okay? So when I talked about the side of love and money, if you enter into a relationship on the basis of sex and you use the money to do that, see, you're causing yourself to get into relationships that are just not going to connect down the road. It's going to change because you're not in a relationship of sincere love, of sincere connection. You're just in a relationship with someone that you bought, pretty much. And so this is why we're talking about this, because you're dealing with two pleasures. You're dealing with the pleasure of having sex, and you're dealing with the pleasure of having money. And you're using the both to captivate a person's attention, or to get something that you want to use to have within a relationship. You see? So it matters when it comes to what you want. It matters to what you're entering into. Is it love or is it sex? What are you using within that relationship? And because of that, you could, as I talked about earlier, come into a situation of financial infidelity, because what you're doing, you're not upfront, and you're cheating the relationship that you're in. You're not telling the truth. You're not upfront, and you're leaving things out, and you're being dishonest about your money, how you use your money, how you have your money, what you have, what you don't have. You are using it, okay? So it's very important that you don't use your sexual desires to cloud your decisions about money, okay? Or if you have money problems, you don't use that to get what you want in a relationship, okay? What you gotta, the whole thing in the end is that money and sex and love can be great if you know how to use it for a great emotional connection. Okay? So I just wanted to kind of recap. I hope that helped you with the understanding of our conversation of sex and money and love within your relationship, and what you're doing now that you're in it. Now, when I come back next week, or my next talk, we'll talk about what you could do to have and keep the money within your relationship. Ideas, other ways that, things that you can do, how to help the family, that relationship with the aspects of money. Okay? So thank you for joining the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. I hope that information that we were just talking about help you out and get you to understand love, sex, money within your relationship. Okay?